Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Punk Rock Review, home of a bunch of opinionated crap you don't care about, also the home of the feedback you provide that we don't care about, keeps us on an even playing field, and we like that. Real quick shout out to our sponsor. This one comes in from Tech Industries. If you ever need someone to show up to your place of business and or work, go straight up to your boss and punch him directly in the face, then call Tech Industries. They'll put that MF down for you in no time. You won't have to answer to their bullshit anymore. Well, that just doesn't seem nice, but okay. Call Tech Industries. Anyhow, moving straight into it today. Today we're going to be talking about a game that's been out for a good amount of time. That's right, and because it's been out for a good amount of time, and we weren't sponsored with all the free shit that companies give cool people, we are finally able to afford it on a sale. That's right, we're talking about the one and only The Outer Worlds. Now, this is going to be a disclaimer right off the bat. We have not completed the game yet. We haven't beaten the game. This is our preemptive review. And for all one of you that watches these, hey ma, you'll know that we do preemptive reviews, prior to, a full review at the, completion of a game, just to kind of touch base and see where we're going. We'll also state if there's, games that we don't think that will, kind of go through and complete and such, just because it doesn't grab our interest, but that's all irrelevant. We, of course, are talking about The Outer Worlds. So, The Outer Worlds, man, been out for a good amount of time. What can be said about this one? Well, right off the bat, man, it is a solid play. Is it bug and glitch free though? No, it is not. Also got to say that off the bat. There are some, pop in and, pop out kind of, flaws here and there and such with, some of the characters and NPCs and things of that nature. But, that kind of is what it is, whatever. The game itself, man, in the initial little, first 30 minutes of play, really did pull us into it, and make us kind of feel like, wow, this is great. This is where we kind of want to, go directionally, with our gameplay and such. And, we really did start having a blast. Now, after a few hours in, though, started kind of, dropping that down a little bit and being like, okay, now let's set it down. Let's take a break. And so we've only been putting in maybe 1 to 3 hours on a daily to it and such. And, we're definitely taking our time with it. But we're only putting in about 1 to 3 hours because this one here, it doesn't have that same draw that drives us to just go completely through a game, and just not put it down, can't stop playing it, gotta get to the next thing. Like, there's some interesting stuff and some, great stuff that makes us want to, complete a certain task or mission before putting it down, and some really, really great story, directions and, story arcs and branches and stuff like that, that really do make you, want to continue playing it, but it doesn't have that driving factor that, we just can't set it down, because we can. Now, are we going to set it down and not go back to it? No, not at all. It's definitely worth playing, it's definitely worth getting, and it's definitely, in our opinion, so far, worth completing. And we will get to that milestone before it ever leaves the, the PlayStation there. But it does have a couple little issues and such, and yeah, it doesn't garner that draw that certain games can for us, to just totally pull us in. As far as everything else that the game offers, gameplay wise, art direction, everything like that, really, really great universe that has been created and developed, and, definitely a title that is worth playing and having, especially, at a discounted rate from full price. So, of course, it's been out for a good while now. I think we picked it up for $40. You can probably get it for that fairly standardly, or less even now. And definitely any price point from there and below is totally worth it. If we had paid full price for this one, we wouldn't have regretted it or anything, but I don't know how we would have felt, overall. if we had, shilled out the extra, $25 or something for it. But, that is what it is. That didn't happen, obviously. So, we can only go off of where we're at now. But The Outer Worlds is a solid game. It is worth a play, especially at a discounted price. So that's really all that can be said about that. And we'll touch base again once we, finally go through and complete it. But we are having a blast with it. It just doesn't have that draw factor to just keep us sucked in. But it does have some story branches and story arcs that do keep us sucked in until we complete a certain quest or mission or things like that. And then, it's like, okay, we can take a break for the night, kind of, let our crew sleep or something, I don't know. Don't matter. But Outer Worlds, yeah, it's a good play. It's not a super, 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 super great play. Make sense? It's good. Don't get us wrong. We're not saying the game's bad in any way, shape, or form. But it is so far. It's like a upper 7, 8 out of 10 or whatever from what we've seen so far, which isn't bad. We love 7s out of 10s. We love a lot of games that are 7s out of 10s. But Outer Worlds, preemptively, what can be said about you? Let's emphasize that. PG, it's pretty good. So check it out. Don't check it out. You probably already did check it out. It's been out for a while. And you're probably rich, and we're not. So give us money. Anyhow, have a good one. You probably didn't. We'll catch you next time. Probably won't.